Well, congratulations. I suppose the first question is, how did you first hear and what was your reaction when you heard?
The phone rang and I never answer my phone if I don't know who it is. So the phone rang and I just picked it up and started answering it, and then thought, why did I just do that? I don't know who this is. And it was Mark Tewksbury, and he told me, and I was totally overwhelmed. I was totally overwhelmed, A, that it was Mark Tewksbury, because I looked up to him as a kid. And talk about inspiration. I mean, the effect of a kid, you know, at 12 years old or whatever old I was, seeing Tewksbury win. And then I carried his book around. I took it to Australia with me, Visions of Excellence. I took it to Australia with me. I read it 10 times. Then he's calling me on the phone and telling me I'm the flag bearer. And I'm just thinking, it's Mark Tewksbury calling me. This is so great. So that was where I heard.
And most people would get that call, and then they'd call all their friends, their family, and you decide to go for a run. And tell us about that.
Yeah, that's how I operate. My wife was with our kids. I was kind of home alone, so I went for a run. And that's what I do. I get my headspace sorted with music and with running, and I went for a run. And I thought no better place to go than see Terry Fox statue. He's a quintessential Canadian.
And you talked about the fact that he represented courage, what it meant to be a Canadian, the Olympic values. But you also talked about the others who might have been chosen, people like Ian Miller and Christine Sinclair and Alex Despatie. Am I right in saying that you have a tremendous amount of respect for your fellow teammates?
Oh my goodness, do I ever. I admire, I get goosebumps. I watched every single Give Your Everything video. I watched every single one because I was getting goosebumps. Mary Spencer hitting the punching bag at 5 a.m. I was thinking, I gotta go run right now. This is amazing. I admire them. I admire the rowers. Those boys work so hard. They work so hard, and I get a lot of inspiration from them. So to be able to represent them, I'm honored, absolutely honored.
You get inspiration as well from Jenny and Pippa and Evelyn, your family.
Yes, I do.
The three girls in your family. What does this kind of a thing mean to a family? How does a family deal with this?
I don't know if my kids have been running around with a lot of flags. The one's a pirate flag, so I don't know if they quite get it yet. They got track uniforms too, so they've been doing hurdles, which consists of two toys stacked up about 3 meters apart. They hurdle over them. So I've got little hurdlers on my hand, and I talked to my daughter's preschool the other day, and it was wonderful until she informed me that she liked the silver more than the gold. So I said, no, honey, we like the gold one better.
I'm interested at the composition of the Canadian team. 277 members, 56% of them are women. This says something about Canada, Simon. What does it say that we are a country where equity is important?
Oh, absolutely. We absolutely are a country where equity is important. And for me, as a dad of 2 daughters, I'm so glad. I mean, I saw Christine Sinclair in the airport once, and I got her autograph because I wanted to give it to my kids, because I wanted my kids to know about this incredible female athlete that represents Canada. And then I started thinking about it, and people say, well, who are my heroes? And I think, well, Clara Hughes, and Silke Laumann, and Katrina LeMay-Dunn, and Marnie McBean, and I thought, wait a minute, they're all women. So we have an incredible team, and when you say that's just the first time I've heard it, that's fantastic. That's so Canadian.
As always, there'll be expectations on you as the flag bearer and as someone who's been an Olympic champion. How will you answer those expectations?
Prepare. That's all I ever do. I prepare. And I have a very keen perspective on the fact that the next day I will be at the park playing with my kids. Whether I have a shiny medal around my neck or not, I will be at the park playing with my kids, and the sun will shine, well, or it will rain, and I will be there. And that's the keen perspective I have. All I care about is preparation. I get that from my dad. The scientist prepares, and my dad prepared, and that's what he taught me, was to prepare.
When you lead Canada in, what kind of country are you leading, Simon? I mean, this is a tremendous honor.
I think, you know who I think about when it comes to mind is this wonderful couple out in Corner Brook, Newfoundland, named Michael and Evie Newton, who took me in as I think I was 18 or 19 years old. They gave me a homestay when I raced in Corner Brook, Newfoundland. These are salt of the earth, wonderful people. I think of Michael and Evie out on the East Coast. I think of my Saskatchewan family now with my wife's family, and the wonderful people that they are when we go to Saskatoon and we meet incredible, wonderful people. And I think about the West Coast. I think about the country across the country, people across the country, And I think what an incredible country you have. I stood many times on the coast there thinking, wow, so lucky. You're so fortunate to live here.
The London Olympics, your fourth games in a country that will have hosted the games 3 times now. And I think many people are probably expecting a traditional games, one full of heritage. Does that excite you that Sebastian Coe is the leader of the games movement for that time?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, being in London, there's a tradition of excellence there. They have embraced sport and the traditions that are there for what to, you know, our race goes by Buckingham Palace. The Queen will hopefully be waving from her front porch, and I definitely think of that. It's going to be a spectacular games. They've done an incredible job organizing it, and they've prepared their athletes. So Canadians better come prepared too.
I have one last question. When someone gets an honor like this, what is the proper emotion that comes to mind? Is it honored? Is it excited? Is it humbled? How do you best express it?
That's a great question. I thought about exactly that, because while I am absolutely honored, it's a privilege to carry it for a team. I really think about the team. I think about the soccer players. I think about the judo, the trampoline, the rowers, the swimmers. I think about Ryan Cochran and all the work he does. Okay, I'm carrying the flag, but we're all walking in together, and I really do think of that. So I was very cautious in using. I am honored, but I feel very privileged to represent them, and they're incredible teammates that work so hard.
Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you very much, sir.